Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a kind of an interesting article here about MJ. As you follow my channel, I'm into quite a few different MJ stocks, even some ETFs, and IIPR is a REIT. So I'll go ahead and link those in the description as well. But this just was kind of an interesting article, so I thought I'd do a video on it. So I just did one on legalizing recreational MJ. May have spurred the economy in about 4 different states, so you want to watch that one as well. But this is Reefer Madness finally comes to an end in Montana, and as you can see, this is just from yesterday. Authoritarian governments have always tried in vain to keep citizens from indulging in activities they deem corrupting influences or those that might diminish their control over the people. So that's basically, I guess, part of the reason why all this is held up on the federal level. But in the United States, the classic example was the short-lived but extremely vicious and damaging experiment in prohibition, which outlawed any sale of the possession of alcoholic beverages. Spawned in the same benighted area, the demonetization of MJ outlasted the 1933 end of alcohol prohibition by nearly 90 years. But thanks to a Montana citizens initiative that garnered more votes than a politician in the last election, Reefer Madness, and the brutal criminalization of our fellow Montanans has finally come to an end in the Big Sky country. So if you're in Montana, go ahead and list that in the comments. That'd be interesting to know. While smoking MJ was often portrayed as something in which people of color and jazz musicians indulged, the truth is that it always enjoyed far wider acceptance and use than the government ever wanted to admit. Here in Montana, old-timers will recall the custom cutters who came up from Mexico to harvest wheat and sugar beets and brought the leafy substance with them, and the sweet smell of MJ smoke drifted over the camps at night. Despite the government's punishing campaigns, the 60s saw broad acceptance and widespread use of MJ, on which the hippies were particularly fond. Indeed, its use of popular culture was pretty much impossible to ignore, particularly on college campuses, at rock concerts, or anywhere the Peace Generation gathered. Speaking of Peace Generation, if you've been to Red Rocks in Colorado, where they have concerts, it's outside. Go ahead and list that in the comments. I was there a couple years ago and just never smelled so many different kinds in my life. It was like a MJ buffet. So, interesting, fun place to go and watch concerts in the summer. It's outside, so they're not even open for a while. So, well, maybe they are. I don't know if they are in the winter or not, but definitely probably wouldn't want to watch the concerts there in the winter. It'd be too cold. But rather than rely on scientific evidence that MJ posed a minimal threat to individuals in society, that those who indulged were not turned into raging maniacs, so portrayed in the movie Reefer Madness, President Ronald Reagan and his wife Nancy decided to declare an incredibly damaging and disastrous war on drugs. In the mid-'80s, their motto was just say no. So just say no. Some say yes. But of course, then millions and millions of Americans and tens of thousands of Montanans had already just said yes to MJ. The result was both predictable and tragic, as once again the authoritarian government ruined the lives of countless innocent citizens for a victimless crime. As jail populations swelled with those arrested for various MJ infractions and cost to contain prisoners and maintain prisons skyrocketed, Americans finally said enough is enough, and the decriminalization movement rolled across the nation. Amen to that. about the same time, the significant medical benefits of MJ for a variety of physical and mental illnesses became widely known, accepted, and much appreciated. There's a couple shows on Netflix that shows the benefits of CBD, the oil, in regards to, I'm drawing a blank, to people that have seizures. Really interesting program. So when Obama became president, he promised his attorney general and the federal government he would not prosecute those in the states that had voted to legalize medical MJ. It was a lie, as a number of Montanans, medical growers, soon found out when the feds raided their facilities, confiscated their products, and threw the book at them. The overzealous prosecutions ruined lives, put people in prison, and at least one died there. So not good at all. What the feds didn't count on is the extreme backlash from Montanans, I think I'm saying that right, Montanans, who in a few short years thereafter voted to broaden MJ legality from medicinal to recreational. Yet the Republican-dominated 2021 legislature did everything it could to crimp down on the initiative's intent, including immediately redirecting the expected tax revenue away from the voter-approved use for the public lands. And again, it's now what the voters wanted or said, but fully reflects both the arrogance and ignorance of Montana Republican legislative majorities. Given the rapid expanding number of outlets, soon buying MJ will be easy as dropping into the store for a six-pack. And much like Montana's outstanding breweries and micro distilleries produce a wide and excellent variety of craft beers and liquors, one can likely expect the same high quality and wide choices from our recreational growers. As of the old Grateful Dead song, what a long, strange trip it's been. And indeed, it surely has. But in the end, people prevailed against baseless criminalization of our citizens by the draconian policies enacted by largely clueless, reality-denying, ideologically driven politicians. That's a tongue twister. Soon, so as they say in the movies, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Since now legal and reefer madness has finally come to a welcome end in Montana. Go Montana. I thought some of these comments were interesting. I was a raging alcoholic until I discovered gummies. Now I take one after work. Get up in the morning for work and feel great. I haven't had a drink in over 6 years. So, good for him. Thought that was interesting. North Carolina needs to catch up, and we have too many youth tied up in the court systems over MJ. Everyone in North Carolina needs to stand up. There you go. Maybe all states just need to stand up. That's kind of why I did this video. It's just kind of something different, out of the ordinary, instead of talking about stocks. I will go ahead and link the link to my MJ videos and MJETFs and IIPR as a REIT for these particular companies, but I'll go ahead and list that in the comments as well. But that's it for this one. And if you haven't smashed the like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is Jay Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.